You could be blind, and all you lose is a point of edge when you shoot someone.
Oh, hey, hi, hello, we are here.
Oh, wow.
Um, Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Um, we have a very, very interesting session ahead of us. We're going to go ahead and go around the room and say who we're going to be playing. And then we will go ahead and do a bit of a recap before jumping into tonight's session. We'll go ahead and start with Reno, because we never do.
Like we have before. Never say never.
Never say never.
That's Reno's motto. The base human adept, all around cool guy. You know, just trying to make it in the sixth world.
It's true. Next up, we have Janky.
A less cool guy that is currently at his day job serving a very rich person. Resident hacker on the team. A sniper rifle. I haven't used it in a minute.
Also, very true. Next up, we got... who do I want to go with? Who do I want to go with? You know, let's go with Cat 9. Let's go with Cat 9.
Alright, hello. It's been Cat 9. Technomancer. Trying to get involved in the, rigging parts of the world. But that's probably for later. I make sprites. I drink sprites. And, I'm made of everything nice. Haha. Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're keeping that one. Send it, print it. Yes, also Dryad. So elf, but with nature. And, yeah. Cat 9. Give me a credit card number.
That seems illegal.
Only if I get caught.
Zayn.
Yeah, that is me. I am saying. Just kidding.
I feel like I'm being had. I feel like I'm being had.
I'm yanking your chain.
Yankee?
Yeah. No, I'm Zayn.
Oh.
With the sunglasses and the jackets. I am a human magician, focusing in summoning. Also sling some spells, some fire, some water, some air, some ground stuff if needed. So, yeah, that's pretty it. Pretty much it. I've got a pretty big water spirit with me right now, so that's fun.
So by the sounds of it, you are the Avatar, right?
Yeah. I just need a giant thing. I don't know. I forget what Appa is.
A flying air bison.
That's it. I need a flying air bison. So we
So
should find
Probably
one.
sky bison. I think is the actual.
I think,
word.
yeah.
Whatever.
That sounds right.
You could use your spirit as a Sky Bison if you really try hard enough.
That's a beast spirit
Yeah.
mixed with an air spirit. Try to combine or summon both at the same time. Just see what happens.
I think they all fly.
That's probably true, at least on the astral plane, at least.
For sure. But I can fly on the astral, so really.
It's true. And with JJ, we will meet their character later. Bum bum bum. Last time, you guys were able to complete your mission and get paid pretty nicely for it. And as you sort of had some downtime where you guys went your separate ways and focused on things that you were trying to take care of. Some of you that's going back and working your day job. Other of you that is working in your communities to help better the place. And other of you is going to clean up past messes that was left in Denver. Other of you are just getting sweet tattoos. So it's a very wide range of what you guys were able to accomplish. But when we were getting ready to end last week's episode, you guys did receive a call from Pike and saying that you guys have another mission coming up, and would like to meet with you guys. But you all had something that was either coming up right at that moment or earlier that day. Janky, the person that you work for, advised that there was a guest going to be coming by later today of AAA importance, hopefully trying to get their business a little bit further and be a part of that organization. Zayn, you were taking time and speaking with the great water spirit, and he advised that you are on the right path, but you have a little bit more testing to go. But you also were told that you're starting to make a name for yourself as a conjurer within the astral world in a positive way. Reno, you met with your friend, and she looked a little banged up. And you were given an opportunity and a request to go and search just a small gang called the Ancients, and see if there's any that are left, because she believes that she had a bad nightmare that she went and had them removed, but wasn't 100% sure. But she showed her face. She didn't want to possibly risk herself in that capacity. As you guys were all sort of getting ready to meet, we're going to go ahead and picking up there, as you guys are roughly about 2 hours away from the time that Mr. Pike requested your assistance for said mission.
Between meeting with Becky
Mhm.
and meeting with Pike,
Mhm.
what's the distance in time to the Ancients' hangout?
Probably about an hour with traffic during this part of the day. From the coffee shop where you and Becky met up versus where the Ancients Hangout is. And then from the Ancients Hangout, it's probably about 45 minutes to the location that Pike requested to see you at.
Okay. Then that'll be the first place I go.
Okay.
I'm just going to go straight to where this location is, and we'll see what happens from there.
Okay. As you're going ahead, are you just going to do like a small drive-by for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have a car, so
Sure.
I would probably be taking some public transportation, perhaps a taxi.
Of course.
And yeah, actually, that's exactly what I'll do. I'll take a taxi, have them drop me off a block away, and I'll have them keep the meter running.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth and a perception for me, visual, while we continue going with the rest of the party as you're making your way there. Zayn, anything you would like to do after having that conversation with that water spirit and in preparation for this meeting with Pike?
You said we got a few hours, right?
Yeah, you have roughly about 2 or 3 hours before the meeting with Pike.
I would like to ask the water spirit. He seems to know a lot about Kamazats and Axel. What experience do you have with bug spirits?
If a spirit could shudder, it would. It sort of just quietly stops and thinks. I myself, not a whole lot, but I know of them, and they gave the rest of us a bad name.
Well, it seems like the only solution we have over here is to nuke an entire city once they're found. Is there any other way to stop that? Because there's been rumors I can't verify it or even don't know if I believe it, but that there might be some bug spirits running around our city, and just kind of worried.
Well, I don't know what this nuke term means, but
A massive explosion that would just wipe away anything and everything in its path.
seems effective, but also with a lot of collateral damage. That being said, I believe that it's almost worth that level of extermination for if they can actually get their goal accomplished. This plane of existence as we know it will only crumble very quickly.
If you were able to see one or like an astral aura of one, would you recognize it as a bug spirit?
If I could see the aura, I'd have to search with maybe some of the people or some of the spirits that I may know that have experience with those. As I've never seen one before, I wouldn't be able to thoroughly sense what it could be, because I've just no prior experience with it, unfortunately. But I could definitely reach and see where I was able to maybe find someone that has had experience with them.
Well, if I knew how to summon specific spirits, I would bring them here with us to come help and look just to do a sweep of the city. But like I said, I don't know how to do that, or I don't know if you can convince them to come like you did. But I doubt everyone has the same capabilities. But maybe it's best to save that for another time.
Let me see what I can find and see if they may be willing. It takes a lot of convincing for a spirit to want to come to this side.
Understood. Well, yeah, I'll just keep hanging out for now, and that's it so far.
As you wish. This conversation will not require a service. Your reputation is high enough that he believes that your help is actually genuine.
Oh, thank you. I don't even know his last name.
Or his first name.
Or
Janky, anything you would like to do in preparation for this meet with your shadow employer, Pike?
I'll just make sure the house is in order. Sounds like I'm gonna miss the guest, but I'll prepared. Inform my employer of where I'm headed.
Your employer sort of stops. Is it necessary?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this one is.
Well, if you're able to return quickly, I'd appreciate it. Not everyone takes quite the same expertise and skill that you have in regards to your profession, and I appreciate that. But
Of course.
if you're able to return, I'm sure my guest and I will sincerely appreciate the effort that you can put into our wonderful dinner. Any preparations you would like to do prior to going to that meet?
I'll just have set up some cameras, knowing that I'm going to be gone for a while. I'll set up some set up a link to the cameras that are in the house, so that I can access them remotely and tell what's going on. Shit goes haywire.
Yeah, are you wanting to do that sort of stealthily, so that way maybe the people that run security don't know you have a access point, or are you comfortable just sort of having that out there?
Yeah, no, I'll work directly with them. I'm
Okay.
kind of like their boss, so I'll just hey, do this for me.
Okay.
Hey, dummy. I would like to have a camera here, please.
Cat 9, any sort of preparation between now and your meet with Pike?
Well, I know we said it as we were going offline last week, but we don't know if Tiny's actually showing up to this yet, right?
You guys were all messaged individually by Pike, so it was not like a group text or anything like that.
Okay. Then I would like to set up a permanent sprite.
Yeah, you want to register one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get that all pulled
Cool.
up and stuff right here because I was reading about other stuff, but I'm gonna go about registering a sprite for myself.
Perfect. And the nice thing about Roll20 is you can do that all on your own, and you don't even need me. Perfect. Reno, what did you get on your stealth and your perception?
Well, I increased my agility.
Okay.
With a solid 3 hits, resisted that drain.
Mhm.
Then with my stealth check, 4 hits.
Okay.
Followed by increased intuition, which I got 1 hit, and it was a glitch.
Okay.
Increased my intuition by 1, resisted that drain. And
Did you want to spend edge to reroll that glitch?
no.
Okay.
Because I didn't see it until I was done rolling. So then resist that drain. Rolling perception, I only got 1 hit.
Mhm.
I re-rolled 4 dice, which got 0 hits, and that was also a glitch.
Okay.
I glitched twice. 4 hits on perception, 4 on the stealth.
Okay. You make your way across, and as you're sort of
Life's a glitch, ain't it?
life is a massive glitch. As you're sort of walking across and trying to keep an eye on, trying to blend in and not be just out in the open obvious. You do see that there is the Ancients compound. It has a big tree sort of painted onto the side of it. Bunch of motorcycles that are in this forest green for a lot of it, or some browns mixed in, but nonetheless just a ton of bikes sitting out front. You can even hear loud music coming from what looks like a garage that's sort of attached to this hangout that they're in. But you see that there are multiple cameras, one on each corner of it, and then also one at the main gate that they have. But you also see that they're on the building itself. There are some bullet holes sort of in the side of the building. You look around. You can see that there's one part of the parking lot that's sort of right outside of it where all these bikes are. That is a different shade compared to the rest of the sidewalk, almost like it was bleached heavily. But it's not like a very large area. It's elf-like, if you will.
Okay. Any people around that I can see without
you sort
disturbing
of
the piece?
Right. No, as you're sort of walking by, you get to the farthest you can see. It almost is you're almost far enough away where it's even harder to see in general. But you do see inside where the garage is multiple, at least 15 plus elves that are sort of just hanging out, working on the bike, hanging out, drinking, playing, just watching music, all that fun stuff.
How about a knowledge check on the ancients real quick?
Yeah.
What would that be? Memory?
Yeah, go ahead and roll memory, and you'll get a point of edge.
I have gang.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, and you'll get a point of edge for the gang knowledge.
All right, that's 3 hits.
3 hits.
And is that edge a use it and lose it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. see if I can. Yeah, I'll turn that 4 into a 5
Okay.
for 4 hits.
4
and
hits.
specifically, I want to know how they feel about not elves.
Not a fan. Most of the time, unless it's pretty extreme reasons, like you have to be an elf to be in the Ancients. They're not like every other meta type is needing to die, but they have a strong enough feeling for them where they only typically accept elves into the Ancients.
Well, good enough for me. I'll get back to my taxi.
Yeah. Hey,
And on. Yeah, go ahead.
no, he just waves in as you
Okay.
as a sort of.
I thought it was the
back in.
ancients flag. Hey,
Hey, get over here! No, please! Just take off running.
I,
Get back here!
A swarm of 30 ancients just start chasing you.
Oh god.
Human, get him!
hey,
Hey, hold on a
those
second.
ears looking awfully round. I'll also be sure to take a picture of bullet holes, bleach marks,
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah.
Before heading out.
Yeah. It's what kind of comlink do you have?
A metal link.
It's not great quality, but you're able to go ahead and.
I have a camera though. Let me double check. Yeah, I have a camera.
Okay, cool.
With vision magnification.
Yep, easily enough. Then, especially with Vision Mag, you can actually get nice close-ups of it. But you go ahead and begin to head your way towards the meet with Pike.
Okay. See, you said about 45 minutes
Yep.
for that. I'll go ahead and set up a call with Rebecca as well.
Go ahead.
Hey, Becky.
Hey.
Swung by the thing we talked about later.
Yeah,
Kind of turned my head away from the driver.
of course.
I'm gonna send you some pictures. It seems like, I don't know, something might have went down. But
Crap.
I'm sure, it's those people, you can't trust them. You know that
You mean elves
I meant
or ancients?
gang members in general.
Oh, okay.
Not
Damn.
I thought they were gonna chase me. I was just walking on the street. I swear I heard one of them try to shake me down.
Well, I mean, it's possible. I mean, those gang members are a whole new beast.
But I'll send you what I got, and hopefully that doesn't lead you to think you did any of this. Why?
Well, I appreciate this. If you're able to, I know you're busy with whatever PI work you got going. But if you have any opportunity to dig further into it, I would appreciate it. It would go a long way before I have to send our investigators into it if I don't need to.
All right, Bex. Talk to you soon.
You got it.
Click.
As you guys are, finishing up with your preparation and getting ready, I have a important question for everyone. Because you don't have a giant war truck to get around in, how is everyone getting to said meet? It's only been
So
22 sessions since I got to ask that question.
So in the process of doing all of my working for the people, I met somebody who was down to give me a ride this one time. We're friends. Their name is Cool Brian.
I was gonna say,
Yikes.
They said they used to hang out with a satyr, and I'm like, what the fuck is a satyr? I don't know what that means, but I mean, Cool Brian works at a stuffer shack.
Seems
I'm-
like everyone
honestly-
knows Cool Brian.
I'm more than happy to pay for an Uber if I have to.
I've got a van, so I'm just gonna drive that.
That's fair. Yeah, it's pretty cheap to be able to go ahead and pay for where you need to go to. Cat 9, say 20 million to get there.
Okay.
Jakey, how are you arriving at said location?
Any shot, there's, a driver that would normally drive my boss and but wants to drop me.
You know what? He's like, I have time. I'm not driving the boss anywhere this evening because there are meetings at the house, so I'd be happy to. Are you taking one of his vehicles?
Oh, yeah. Let's show up in some fancy, yeah, why not?
The driver smiles and he says, I got the perfect car. As you guys all sort of arrive, Reno, you're probably the first one there. And you can sort of begin to see this it's not like a super fancy bar or anything like that. It's better than the last match as far as a dive bar, but it's not anything super fancy like a nightclub or anything. But it doesn't even have any sort of signage for it. But you do recognize the car that Pike have drove, and you guys have seen at the last match multiple times, sitting in the parking lot. As you begin to see a car dropping off Cat 9, you begin to see Zayn's truck pull into the parking lot, and you see this absolutely just beautiful, extremely expensive car pull in. Like, it absolutely has no business being at this establishment at all. As you see Janky get out of a 2080 Euro car.
Thanks, Mick. I'll see you around.
You getting paid under the table there?
I just know a guy. But yeah, kind of.
I want to know that guy too. Oh,
I would. You have any service skills? Sure, we could work it out.
yeah, I can summon a bunch of spirits. I can do whatever he wants.
Just summon a bunch of task spirits.
Yeah. No, that could work out. I'll put in a good word. I'm in charge of hiring, so I'll put the good word in with me, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, perfect. I'll make a resume and give it to you.
Fantastic. Include the spirits on there somewhere. I don't really understand.
Okay, that's really the only thing that's going to be on there. That's
Oh,
all I've
that's
thought on.
The rest of you all sort of gather in this parking lot. The only vehicle you don't see is your large semi or the unicorn that flies above.
I'll search for Tiny's device.
Yeah.
I would also like to be searching for the tiny.
Both of you guys roll Matrix Perception.
Got 2 hits.
Okay.
I don't see shit. I'm mad about it. Guess I'm not that mad about it. It's more of just like okay, Tony's not here.
With 2 hits, you definitely do not see Tiny's devices.
90% sure he's dead. That's fine.
Jesus.
Rest in peace to the realist, I guess.
Yeah.
I also got 2 hits. I'm
Yeah.
looking exactly where Cat 9 is looking.
Like
Wait, is
I'm
that you?
leaning over, just like Yankee. I'm looking for the tiny.
That's what I was looking for. I
Oh.
thought you were.
Well, did you try Sukugo? Because I'm trying Sukugo right now, and all I'm finding is pictures of little tiny.
Yeah, I'm finding a lot of drone circuit stuff, but it's pretty old.
Hmm.
He actually would have been getting pretty big right now. He went all in.
Yeah, it's actually, with a couple of photo ops and signatures that have been really taking off on the Matrix, he's actually starting to make a name for
Wow.
himself on the underground circuit, if you will.
Yeah, I pull up a video of him like winning a bunch of money,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I don't think he showed up.
It's a live feed of happening right now.
To all my friends who might be watching this, I'm better than you.
You know, it's not the real Tiny because he said too many words.
Fair.
But the rest of you guys are outside of this unmarked building. There's, besides the now one vehicle of Zan's, there's 3 other vehicles. One you guys have seen before at South, or at least most of you have seen before outside of the last match, and the other 2 look like something probably Zane would drive.
Oh, okay.
Is that an insult?
Take it as you want it, brother.
Wow.
Wouldn't catch me driving one of those.
It's not a Euro car. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that you would never catch me driving to begin with.
Yeah, let the grid do that.
Big true.
I'd rather have other people drive me around.
All right, so
Living a high life.
Tiny's not coming. Is that what I'm gathering?
Seems to be the cases.
Oh, I'm sure he's just, doing one of those flybys he likes to do. Checking the perimeter or whatever he says.
I'm just gonna call him.
Yeah, just give him a call.
The phone rings 2 times before going to voicemail.
Okay, now that's just kind of mean. Like, tried to call him. This is all on the voicemail. I haven't hung up. And I'm talking to the rest of the group. I'm trying to call the Tiny, but he's not wanting to pick up the phone. Did anybody make? Is anybody making him currently upset?
Do you not remember when he said it? This video he found is currently live.
You look at the live stream that Janky pulls up. You see in the middle of this fight, you see Tiny take the control with one hand, continue to keep moving it, but look at the comm, hang up, and put it back in their pocket, and then keep going with the fight.
No, I'm going to continue to be upset about that. Like, that's just rude. I'm calling you to make sure you're okay, but you're deciding to not be okay in the moment with the friendships. Fine. Okay, fuck me, I guess. Okay. It's the last time I share any of my fragging snacks with the guy.
It's not like you hardly knew him. But you know him for like, what, 2 hours?
For like a couple of days, but like you sleep in somebody's semi-truck and you kind of know the guy.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess you know him more than I did.
Makes me sad for you. He was a cool guy.
anything you would like to do previous to walking the door?
I tell the Great Spirit just to keep watch out here. I'm pretty sure there's some type of magic-y mumbo jumbo that's gonna try to disrupt him. So best you just stay out here and let me know if anything comes.
Check my teeth in one of my reflections in the window.
Sure. Got a piece of kale that was in there from earlier.
Yeah, gotta watch out. Soy kale.
Yeah, soy kale, exactly.
Soy leaves. Very crunchy, not any
Not-
flavor.
It's weirdly more flavor than soy, though.
And it breaks out after I eat it.
Exactly. Did you want to increase any of your attribute? I guess it's very short amount of times, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll do it before I say something.
for sure.
Every time I say a word.
Yeah, of course. It seems draining, but I like
Hello.
it.
Nice to meet you.
You constipated right now? No, I just were thinking real hard.
The drain.
It's drain, man. Your spirit will go ahead and keep watch out here. It will take that as one of its services. But we'll go ahead and roll a astral perception for that, which we found out was just the sensing roll.
Spirits rolls.
Yeah, spirits rolls, as it's the one doing the watching out for.
That would make sense.
Uh, as you four walk in, it is a very small, but there's a very small room. Has wooden floors, wallpaper on the side. Looks like it's some spots are beginning to peel up. And this place sort of reeks of just cigarette smoke. You have people that are a couple of chefs that are working in the back, but most of the area is just a looks like a chess parlor. Except for there's a couple of tables, rather large ones that are sort of split throughout the restaurant or throughout the parlor, where there's two elderly people sort of sitting off the side, sort of playing a game of chess, drinking. But you guys do see Pike sitting by himself over by one of the doors or by one of the tables, seemingly looking through something on his comlink.
I'll slap whoever next to me, and then slap them on the chest, not on the face. Like, hey,
Hey,
and then point to
We
Pike.
go. Oh, okay, yeah, I sees him too.
That's our guy.
Yeah, no, that's the guy right there. Okay, everybody, that's the guy. I'm going to, like, instead of just like casually slapping people, I'm going to like flat of my hand on people's chest and
Oh.
walk past.
it's the worst.
Misinterpreting the social cue.
You guys all head over to Pike. Pike looks over to you guys, takes a double take. He puts his comlink in his pocket.
Oh, we caught you on your phone.
I guess.
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Look,
They're new.
I know who they are. I was the one that told them to go to you.
In case you forgot.
Oh, that's fair. So you guys rested enough, ready to do this?
I'd say so. Do what exactly?
And he sort of stands up and pushes his chair in, and nods towards the kitchen as he begins to head into the kitchen.
Oh, I don't really do dishes or cooking.
Pike, just come on.
All right.
Oh boy, I'll follow.
The four of you follow through, and all the chefs are like looking over and then just continue to go back to their prepping of whatever meal the other people sort of ordered. As you guys step through there's like two large freezer doors that he pulls open one of them and walks into it before having the rest of you guys follow through. He moves over a small piece of the back wall and types in a keypad before it sinks in. Like the back wall sinks in a little bit and reveals a door that has a rather nice metal table in the middle. It's completely night and day from the restaurant that was outside. When he goes, please, let's discuss.
Could we see the keypad being entered?
You can see him put his hand up in front of the keypad and sort of do one of those.
Figured as much.
It's like he's
He's
worked with
used to the
Shadowruns.
shenanigans.
he's worked with Shadowrunners before. As you guys all follow through, he goes ahead and the door sort of slides back in and locks into place. Once again, Cat 9, you feel disconnected.
I hate this so much. Ugh.
With the cold, I think it's warmer in here now.
It should warm up shortly.
And it's more so the fact of like, like when never mind.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to see how the food's made. You just want
Exactly.
to be served you.
If you see how the food is made, it questions a lot of things. That being said, we have a mission for you, and it's not as dangerous as going and finding 3 different nukes spread out through UCAS. That being said, it does have less pay, but it's home. It's here.
Definitely a lower bar.
I
Danger scale.
would agree. It is. But nonetheless, it is work that needs to be done for the Union.
All right, let's hear it.
Anyone, he sort of looks around, familiar with security companies in Seattle?
Law enforcement corps knowledge.
Roll
kind of.
memory. Roll memory.
I've got Matrix security as a knowledge skill. Would that do anything?
Roll memory, but you won't get... just go ahead and roll memory. Both of you.
I'll do the same thing I did last time and use edge to bump that forward to a 5.
Okay.
So I got 4 hits.
4 hits. And I'm assuming you're using 1 point of edge of your own, because it's 2 to turn a 4 to a 5? Okay.
Yeah. 3 hits.
3 hits, and you said you got 4 hits, Reno?
Yep.
Okay. You have a pretty good understanding of security within Seattle, especially from a corp standpoint. As he's discussing, he's like, there's a relatively new subsidiary that is in the process of making a change. Some small Ares company, or a company that was owned or is currently owned by Ares, is having word of being bought by SK. We are needing you to figure out a couple of different things here. And it will also depend on sort of what your pay will look like going forward with these. So the more information you get for us, the more you get paid. First, we need to figure out why this purchase is even happening. Two, if you can figure out what makes this security company so interested that 2 of the bigger of the top 10 are looking at them, and 1, being Ares, the probable biggest manufacturer in weapons, is going over to overseas to SK. So any sort of information of what makes them special, what makes them desired, might be a better way to put it. Whether it's their security team, the gear that they're using, or anything of that nature would be good. And we're not talking about a corporate or a company that's sort of popping up overnight. No, this is probably about a company that's going onwards of 10 years old. It's been here longer than Shiawase's been in the top 10.
It's a long time.
Do you know what the company name is?
Yeah. Actually, he sort of pulls it out and begins to look. Locked and Loaded.
Just
Janky.
spitting off
Keywords
any,
or like an
any
N?
bells from my corporate knowledge.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a memory, Janky. And you'll get a +3 dice pool to it. Seven. The name absolutely rings a bell of Lock and Loaded. As your employer is the current CEO of that company.
Awesome.
I love that for you.
Yeah. This is where we...
Sounds like a raise.
Yeah.
Do I get anything for the law enforcement corp's knowledge?
Um, they have been. They're probably single or double A company. So they're pretty sizable. The company was created right here in the middle of Seattle.
So I do recognize the name.
Yeah. Even as far as much, you recognize probably the name of the CEO. Travis, what is your employer's name?
Oh my. Look, he's on my contacts. That's where
Jim.
Jim, exactly.
Jim
Axel.
His name's Nigel.
I mean, and a lot of the they have a sort
Nigel
of
Coltrane. That's
Coltrane. You they have a lot of different things that makes them like pretty significantly good. A lot of it they are security for hire, but a lot of them use mostly Ares technology, as far as weapons, drones, armor, things of that nature. But they're more or less just like mercenary for hire for security for large events or people of great detail. This was the corporation that had probably their biggest letdown that you would probably know would be the failure to protect Dunkelzahn.
How long ago was that? That was what? 40s?
Yeah, I believe it was 2040. Let me check real quick. $2057.
Close.
Nailed it.
Yes, it is like what 2080.
So it's 2081. So it's been a little bit shy of 30 years.
I was might have been around the time I was born.
Yeah.
I've heard of this name, Locked and Loaded. Yeah, they've been around for a while
Yeah.
since the that incident with Dunkelzahn. Is that them?
Yeah. It's rumor has it is. Of course, those contracts are never fully written out, especially for the president of UCAS. But it's rumored. I mean, they're out of the Big Ten, the biggest security corporation out there, or security company at least. But if what's concerning is that SK is being around so much is concerning me. Denver, Seattle.
I mean, I know the Don't Goes On stuff is old news, but I wonder if there's any connection between SK, their CEO,
Loifer.
is a dragon.
It could be. This could be a very long ploy, and if that is the case, then we have a bigger issue if the dragons come to take up an old dragon's area. Especially after the direct we saw with the sea dragon not too long ago.
Fucking sea dragon?
I'm sorry, yeah, I might have missed that. What happened with the sea dragon?
They,
Is there an A and a B first?
App.
Because
No. Oh.
I hate to hear.
I'll just leave.
Yeah, there's the door.
I'll wait in the car.
No, I think a large dragon sort of flew over shortly after Seattle broke away through its own independence, and sort of laid its nest sort of right outside of Seattle in the ocean. Some people believe that they're funding Seattle, but other people think that the dragon is doing all sorts of magical backstabbing of its own, trying to make its way into Seattle. Believe what you want, but I think it would be bold if Loifer would decide to step on Seattle soil to try to make a name for himself here, or for SK.
Only we knew something that would connect Lofier to Seattle soil. Doesn't ring any bells. Go on.
Right. So you're, like I said, their headquarters is here for Locked and Loaded. With the amount of Matrix support here, it should be pretty easy to gain access to, I'm sure. But I can guarantee you that, being a security company, you can probably guess security is going to be high. Now, I don't know what their magical security looks like. Matrix security and physical security is probably going to be very, very heavy there.
Oh, do you know anything about their social security?
No, I don't have that number.
You only need the last 4.
I don't know if
I'll
that's
be here
true.
all night.
That being said, they do have some of the highest Matrix security that I've seen, going on beyond what's, illegal for them to own. So they probably have nested hosts. They probably have spiders. Ice, not afraid to fry you. That being said, you're also probably looking at automated weapons, security drones, antho drones, you name it, they probably have it. But maybe that's where, Zane, you can come in. If they don't have a whole lot of magic security, I'm sure that you and your colleagues could make some space.
Janky and the Cat 9.
that is something that I'm kind of actually really good at. You get me inside of the host, and me and my friends out here can cause quite a kerfuffle.
Is this something that you guys would be interested in taking?
Let's talk numbers here.
Of course. Base is going to be 4,000. If you're able to figure out what sort of specialty that they have, going to SK, that's an extra 1,000 on top of it. If you're able to find what makes them special and actually physically take it, we'll offer another 1,500 apiece.
Is it something that we are looking at in the physical realm? Is it like data chip, data stick?
I
Is
couldn't tell you. We don't know what makes, at least me and my sources don't know what makes this company so interesting to Ares as well as Seder Krupp.
It's probably the dragons.
Well, the dragons don't work out locked and loaded though.
No, but the dragons are probably fighting each other for the control of another company. Personally, when it comes down to like, oh, the lock and load, or like Ares or anything like that, I prefer to buy all of my guns through Crime. They have a really nice catalog.
Is that the company that is like the mystery boxes?
Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I've run into them twice now. And both times, I've never won anything cool. It's always been like, okay, you get the crime grenade.
I heard somebody won a boat once.
Yo, I've heard that same story. I was hoping to become a boat owner.
I heard they never used it.
There's a lot of like, oh, they didn't. Oh, yeah, they did. But, you know, whatever. I mean, the
probably
fact
did.
is, somebody won a freaking boat out of the crime box.
So back to business.
I think this sounds like a pretty hot job. How about we bump those numbers to maybe 5, and then $2,000?
Go ahead and roll negotiation.
Can I increase my charisma?
Sure.
You knew this was coming.
I did.
It's like that. It's like I'm going to say these words and I'm going to panic and increase my ability.
It's magic.
Oh.
3 successes.
Okay.
Resist that. Drain.
You did?
Yes.
You are a baller.
And the charisma. Roll negotiation. Oh, there. I was like, where is my influence go? I know I have it. Let me roll some. I should have pre-edged. Oh, well. 1, 2. I've got 2 4s.
Go fish.
I get a point of edge for attribute mastery.
Another point for breathing. We get it.
I get a point of edge for voice control because my voice is just so beautiful. Edge boost or innate talent, and yeah. So you can give me that voice control one or not. Technically, when I use my voice, I get edge, but I think they meant
So
to
when you
add
talk,
by appropriate.
Probably not gonna happen.
All right.
That'll be a 1. Is that your final hits? 4 hits?
So 6 hits.
6 hits.
Must be 2 edge.
And you said 5 per bonus? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, 5,000 base, 5,000 for the
Information.
information, 2,000 for physical evidence.
Yeah, we can make that work. And as you guys will remember, he goes ahead and pulls out his comm link and presses a button as all of your wristbands that you guys have light green for your dock wagon services.
nice.
Oh, I forgot I had these on. It's been weeks.
Probably need to wash it.
Forgot. I made that whole deal about how to take it off and just forgot I had it.
They go ahead and reach one over the table to you, Cat9, as you
Okay.
now also have dock wagon while working in Seattle.
Huh? All right.
Any other questions, concerns?
think I'm good.
Well, any leads?
Just the name of the build or where the building is located.
All right.
Uh,
I mean, I could ask why you want that information, but I guess all information is good to have.
our line of work, it typically pays well to know what you're going up against, especially if SK puts a foot down. They might get some new technology that we need to be ahead of.
When do you expect us to have this job done?
Sources give that there's a meeting happening at some point this evening. Whether or not that sale goes through this evening, that's a whole nother story. But there's at least information being discussed today. So the sooner the better. But realistically, take as long as you need, because again, we're just trying to figure out what information they have and what makes them so popular with the top 10.
I feel like we keep running into SK. Do you have beef with them or something?
Me personally, no. I mean, no more than any other runner does.
Okay.
I think they're just kind of around in the way a lot.
Big Tens usually are in the way, especially when their HQ isn't in Seattle or have any sort of big offices here.
Any more information on when that meeting is happening? You have a time, floor of the building, who will be involved?
We do not know where, but I'm assuming it'd probably be the CEO and his board, if he has one. Then probably Loifer, since he has 100% of the stocks in SK. But maybe there's just a team that he sends out to go and negotiate as well. But we don't know where it's being held at. I mean, it could be at the Locked and Loaded HQ for all we know. But something interesting is that they're starting to build some shops around Seattle as gun stores. I don't think any of them have been, as of earlier this morning, none of them have been actually opened. But they've purchased the land and start construction for it. I don't know. Maybe they're just branching out a little bit. But
Could you save us some time and send us those construction sites?
I can.
Might be something to check out.
Yeah, of course. And as far as a blueprint, we can go ahead and send one of those as well once we have our analysts send you guys the data involved with the construction sites, if that works for you guys.
Seems okay to me.
Yep, that's great.
Well,
I'm
gang,
like starting to get antsy to get out of this Faraday cage.
No, big same on that. I would like to be out of here, please.
Yeah, this is great. This is fun, and I really appreciate you. And you're great, boss. That was wonderful.
Of course. One last note here: the quieter the better. But if this deal does go down, just make sure that it doesn't fall back on us.
We get it. If we get burned, we do not know you.
I'm also saying that loud is an option if you need it to be, as
Oh.
a secondary option, as long as it doesn't come back to us.
I don't think we have anyone that specializes.
Well,
On. Go to.
when I make a death wish upon a star, I will be sure to make some noise.
Sounds wonderful. If you guys don't have any other questions, I do have another meeting coming up.
I'm like standing up by the door.
Mhm.
Yep. This is great.
As you guys begin to exit out, he goes ahead and follows you guys out to the main lobby area where the restaurant actually is. And you guys see some familiar faces. As you see Dobrik, Konami, and Mason all sitting at the table where you guys saw Pike sitting when you guys first entered, but they just sort of have their backs to you guys currently, sort of watching the front door.
Hey, you guys, aren't you wanted or something?
Not that we're aware of.
Oh, yeah, maybe I just misheard.
They all begin to like look down and figure out.
No, I think that was us.
Are we wanted?
You guys do see a fourth person walk up to them. Real thin-looking guy, and sort of plops down. Hey guys, and sort of talks to the rest of the group sitting before you. I'm sorry, am I interrupting something?
Nope, just catching up with old buddies.
Wait. You guys know each other? And then three people in front of you are very shocked to see this individual. They sort of sat down in front of them.
I like pat Mason on the back. Fresh meat.
No, some of the sort of smiles. Not quite. Me hardwire.
Oh, the guy with the phone stuff.
What's the other one? Okay. Oh, hello.
Mm.
But okay, we have work to be doing, so I guess maybe we should be going.
Pike goes, yes, indeed. The work here is... It's going to be a very long day.
Does anybody know where I can acquire some long haul?
Yeah.
Mason goes, I know a guy.
Never again. Let me tell you. After the beginning of that downtime was just one straight nap. Perfect timing, if you ask me.
You know, back in my university days, I experimented with some of the drugs and chemicals, but I haven't really done anything too crazy since then. And I'm kind of jonesing to get back to it, maybe.
Interesting life choice, but hey, you do you.
Well, we should be seeing... Pike sort of walks in and... Or like breaks through the crowd of you guys and sort of sits down. We have one more that will be joining us. I'm sure you know him as well. But he's on his way from Denver.
It's karma, right?
He nods.
Yeah, our old runner buddy.
Yeah. Indeed.
I'll like tap Cat 9 back. That's where you get the long haul.
Cat's Nine's eyes like get real big. He's like, all right, yeah, hell yeah.
I think you just buy it at the pharmacy.
Oh.
I'm trying more so to like not support the corporations and support your local. Well, I
Like it's
figure
that
like
local
long haul.
Probably get it at the gas station. It's basically a trucker pill. That's how I picture it.
I mean, you also
I
know
would
someone
know.
who you also know someone who gave you a really good dose of long haul that you have a contact with.
That
Got some
was
rules.
That's
that
crack.
was some kamikaze. What was that kamikaze long haul?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Hey, if you wanted some of that stuff I had back in Denver, I'm sure Crag could hook you up.
I've never tried it, but it sounded immaculate.
That's a word for it.
Works in a pinch.
All right, well,
And we might be in a pinch here in a little bit.
I need to pinch off something soon, if you know what I'm saying.
Ah, it's a poop joke.
The suspense is killing me. I'm gonna
Inappropriate.
slink outside
Yep.
and I'm gonna pull up the cameras from the
Yeah,
and see if my employer is meeting Dragon.
indeed. As you sort of check through the cameras, you look through, and sure enough, the individual known as Loifer has walked in, but he's also had about 8 security personnel walking with him. And you see an elf who looks very familiar, long silver hair, that sits next to him.
Did you just say Loafer walked up?
Yep. Not to you guys, but into the...
Walks into this restaurant.
Lofier walks into a bar.
I was gonna
He's
say
got a
dragon
mustache
walk-
on.
Exactly. Never
a dragon
expect
walks
him.
into a runner den.
No, but walks into where you are looking through the cameras, as well as Brunwyn flanking him as well there are 8 security guards.
Outstanding. That complicates things for me personally.
Um,
No, I'm just gonna head straight back. I'm gonna be like, look, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll like catch an Uber and head straight back to the mansion.
okay.
Don't you have that choice car? Do you even need to check to catch an Uber?
I got dropped off by the driver. They'll drop you off, but you're on your own after that.
That's
true.
Can't let him sit there.
They don't
Where you
make
going,
calls.
Jenks?
Yeah.
We should probably get started on this sooner.
Yeah.
rather than-
Yeah, if you guys want to follow me, I just got to run home real quick and check on something. And if you want to be there, you can, but you don't have to.
That does not sound sketchy in the least bit. But
And I'm really trying to make it sound like cool, like and I just can't.
I'm going to go ahead and say that did not work, and you keeping a secret from us, friend?
Yeah, and I'll cop to it, and I'll just throw the meeting up in everybody's AR and be like, that's my boss. He runs the corp that we just got hired.
That's insert his name here.
Nigel Cold Brew.
Coltrane?
Coltrane?
Exactly. The former CEO of the very prestigious MIF, sorry, Shiawassi's corporate espionage section of their entire company. Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah, just like follow him around and do his bidding, and we'll get this thing in the bag.
I'm wondering if he'll give us more money to give our boss checking the door. Like,
Yeah, you're
sure,
checking,
fine.
looking through, and you see Pike having a conversation with the other runners that were at the...
Yeah. To give wrong information.
Oh,
That's
so
something we're open.
That's that's an idea.
I mean, we need something tangible to bring back. So as long as maybe there's like a lower level project or something that they're working on, just hand it off to us and be like, I guess this is it.
About that, we did have that video of Brunwyn and Loafweir with the Duke. I don't know.
do you think that maybe they would be able to like give us tangible anything so we could be like, oh man, check it out, we was there and we found dragon scales. Oh my god. Ugh. This is so crazy. There's dragons there, man. We do not want to fuck with that. You owe us like 20,000 New Yen apiece for running into a dragon.
I couldn't convince that. Maybe Reno could.
Look like you and be janky for a day?
No. Cat down. I think you slipped into German a little bit. I don't think we understood.
I could be Cat 9 for. I am Cat 9. I could be Yankee for the day. You'd be like, oh yes, hello. I am Janky, and I am a butler. I think. See, it's spot on.
Really good. Yeah.
I'll just change my face and hair and height and everything to look like janky.
Oh, that's much better than my typical impersonation.
I mean, I
was
could be
pretty easy
janky, literally. And you can just do all the technical stuff, and I'll just bang a keyboard. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's
I
go to
mean,
the
we can
whiteboard.
just go ask the guy right now. He's not gonna be mad. He's either gonna tell us to do the run to the best of our abilities, and then they'll kind of know we're coming, but whatever. Or he's gonna give us more money and fake information. So.
But if he doesn't give us the information, it kind of throws a wrench in the rest of the plan.
A little bit, but not really. See, he knows what I'm doing, so I'm gonna tell
he's
him.
like a good guy.
I'm gonna tell him regardless. Yeah. So
If what we do is good.
yeah, what we're doing is great. His entire goal is to get back to the level that he was. He got ousted from his larger corporate job, and now he's basically building his own brand of espionage sort of firm. And it sounds like he's starting to gain favor from the 10, which is good for him. My job is to distract from the fact that his son is the real Janky, or was before he died, and he doesn't want to be tied up. So that's why I do it. But he knows that I do it, so we just go talk to him and tell him everything, and then he'll tell us what to do.
There's so many levels to what you just said.
Yeah, corporate espionage is a hell of a thing. It really is.
Oh, good
Well,
lord.
I guess I'll trust you to know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling him either way. You guys were already knew that I was lying, so I just figured this was the easiest thing.
Good lord, that's. We need to work on your ability to not tell everyone the truth all the time.
Yeah,
That's concerning.
that's why I deal in computers. If I ever get caught, just assume that I tell them. I'm not gonna last very long.
Honesty is the best policy, from what I've heard.
That's what I'm saying.
Honesty is a last resort.
Honesty is kind of going to get you into a huge troubles.
We're all saying the same thing.
Yeah, I just don't see the difference here. He knows, he doesn't know. We're still doing the job. He might give us something for free.
All right, but we definitely don't want to interrupt this meeting, whatever's going down right now. So
Yeah, I mean, I could also go in there and lie to him. That's fine too. I'm not telling him that we're going after the company. Just try to get him from. He won't
If
care.
you think he's not going to like sell us out, then I guess your judgment's better than mine.
yeah,
No,
does your boss know that you're a runner?
Yeah, he's the one that made me. Really, when it comes down.
Okay.
But this is like a partnership for his company, right? So why would he hurt his reputation by helping you oversee your crop?
Valid
He's
question.
not gonna hurt his reputation because if he's gonna give us something, it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. And we're not gonna get real information for our. If he gives us something, it's gonna be.
Just tag him and follow him.
No, I guess
Okay,
we're too
we can
far
do
away. So what I can do for you, said Janky, I can compile a sprite for you, and we can put the sprite in your employer's phone, so that way we understand where, who, what, etc. that he's doing, saying, being, watching, buying, selling.
Y'all, I don't think you understand. this guy saved my life. He's all I have, and by doing these runs, I'm doing him a huge favor. I don't. He won't lie to me. If you want to, we can do it by the book. Just not tell him and keep him in the dark. He's given me the go ahead. He said, "Look, if you ever have to do a run, or you're coming after my company, go ahead. We can do it. We can do it by the book. That's fine."
I'm gonna message the rest of the group privately. It's like, is Janky a spy?
No, I'm not a spy, and you're on my pan, so I know everything you're doing.
I print out a receipt and
Yeah, there you go.
tuck it into everyone's pocket without.
Exactly.
What's this?
It's Morse code for Janky's a spy.
Just let me know if you want me. I can just go ask him what the meeting was about and try to get information, or I can tell him what we're doing. It's up to you guys. I'm not.
No, I think that the latter is probably the way easier way for us to get paid. Like, if we've got a dude that the dude works for who's down to help us pull off our cons the other good, then like, why not?
I'm gonna buy hits on a judge intentions test and tell that you're telling the truth. Say, all right,
You gotta
Janky,
get like a
we'll-
half a hit. Yeah.
We'll go with your plan.
That's
In
so
the
much
meantime, let's
simpler.
get some see if we can get some ears on this meeting. Is we your guy's not gonna be there, right? It's probably, I guess we don't know. We don't know who's gonna be there.
My guy.
Yeah. Do you have audio of what's going on in there right now? Can we get ears?
Yeah,
or-
I'll flick on the audio.
Yeah.
No, meeting.
Yeah, as you go ahead and do it, you see and hear Nigel and his group of butlers standing behind him, as well as Brunwyn and Lofier and their security personnel discussing Locked and Loaded. And, I mean, we're looking to expand beyond just Seattle, beyond just UCAS. Like, we're talking globally. And Loifer is, it's very ambitious of you for a company that let one of my kind fall. But I believe that if we do take some sort of partnership, you can absolutely guarantee that it would be at least available to 75% of the planet. Well, when do you need to know by? Loifer looks to Brunwyn, looks back towards Nigel. Tomorrow at the latest. We're ready to sit here and offer $105 million for your company. Nigel sort of sits back and looks. I think our company is worth more than that. I think you're lowballing. I think you know it. Loifer just sort of looks back, sort of taken aback by what Nigel said. How about 2.3 bill? Nigel begins to nod a little. That seems much more in the ballpark now that we're actually having a serious conversation now. Loifer sort of smiles and begins to take a drink of some sort of liquid that was prepared for him. I think that your locations near and far, have some really good opportunity here for us. And honestly, it'd be a real shame if something were to happen to those locations. Nigel looks over. Is that a threat? Wilfred just shakes his head. No. Just honest. Be unfortunate. They continue to eat a little bit more before, Janky, this is about the time that your ride that you called in arrives.
Okay, that's my ride. I'm gonna get back. You guys can follow me if you want, or I'll just catch up with you later. Text me. What do you want me to do? You want me to lie to him? You want me to tell him the truth? Just let me know. I'm a great liar, so it'll be.
Maybe don't lie, but just don't tell him everything. Just ask questions, and maybe if you prise, you can tell him a little bit. But withholding information is not lying.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not being honest.
Sure it is.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that.
As they're hopping into the vehicle, Cat 9, you hear a voice inside your head.
That's not good.
Is it one of the normal voices or a new one?
It's a new one. It's,
Whoa.
are you in Seattle?
That is a rather personal question. Who's this?
Someone with a special interest.
I have a special interest in who I am talking to at the moment, so maybe we can trade that information for whether or not I'm in Seattle.
I know you're trying to respond to me, but this only works one way.
It's going to work as many ways as I say it's going to, whether it's working or not, but okay.
No, you probably think that I mean that it's only one way that this is going to work, but I mean, I can only talk to you. You can't talk back to me. I know it's probably a little confusing, but
like, if I can't talk to you, how are you responding to me? Hello?
look, if you're still here, if you're in Seattle, meet me at the last match.
Okay, I will do that for you, but only because I'm very curious to find out who you are. So, and then I'm gonna inform the rest of the group. So, some dude was just in my head saying, "Hey, are you in Seattle? If you are, meet me at the last match." Has anybody else ever gotten like a head message like that?
Like in the
A head
comm
message?
link?
Like a thought?
No, it wasn't like my comlink going off. That was like somebody like in my head thinking my own thoughts. Just kept telling me like, "No, you can't respond to me," even though I was actively responding and they were responding back. Like it's.
They
I think
probably
it's called a conscience.
yeah. They just didn't want to be rude. But no, that's never happened to me. I do know where the last match is, though.
Actually, that has happened to me before. For add-ups. So I guess I feel you.
So I have to go to the last match to figure out who's in my head thinking my thoughts. So if anybody would like to come with me, we can do that. Kind of think that maybe we are just in a way of waiting for Janky.
Yeah, that's fine. If you guys want to hop in the van, I could just take us all there, and then maybe get a few drinks, and then wait to see what Janky has to say.
Yeah.
Perfect. Come on in. I just vacuumed the place.
We'll let Janky do all the work, and then we all get paid for it. That kind of job.
100%.
Okay.
You guys know I can still hear you, right?
Oh, whoops.
Absolutely. I was banking on the fact that you could hear us still.
Thought it was obvious.
You guys go ahead and hop into the van and head off to the last match. Upon arriving to the last match, is there? I guess there's anything you'd like to do prior to arriving.
Yeah, after I punch in the coordinates, I'll just let people know I can have one person sit shotgun, like 2 people can sit on the couch / futon back there. Wake me up when we get there. And then I roll my seat back and close my eyes. And I wanted to astral project, get my spirit, and actually follow Janky.
Okay.
What's the... So is that meeting ongoing if I wanted to, scope out this meeting from the outside of the building?
Yeah, it's current. As far as you're aware, it's happening right now, and currently ongoing.
I think I'll catch up with you guys at the match later. I'm just gonna swing by this building and just see if I can get any shots.
Okay.
From a safe distance.
Good idea.
And are you heading to the HQ?
Or
where the meeting's
wherever
taking place?
To where the meeting is.
Okay.
Which was... Is that the... write that down.
It's at my house, basically.
Yeah.
It's in his home.
Oh, I thought it was at the HQ.
No, they did not know where the meeting was taking place at currently. They just knew it was happening today, but they didn't know who all exactly was involved or where it was located.
Yeah. That was so when we did like downtime last time, I had to prepare for the boss. So I set this whole thing.
Okay.
And then upon learning, that's why when we were in the Faraday cage, I wanted to get out because I knew what he was talking about. And I knew what it was.
He's like, I gotta go.
I have eyes on this thing. I want to go see what the fuck's going on.
All right, then yeah, I'll still do that. I'll just go with Janky, but I'm not going to be involved or anything. I'm
Right,
gonna
you're
be
just gonna have them tail
across the street.
the car so you don't even know where it's at. And when you arrive, it is a extremely nice looking house where Janky gets dropped off right outside and walks in.
In fact, I'm not going to tell Janky.
Yeah. You're just keeping
I mean, he might see me if he's on.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know how technology works.
It's weird. You go ahead and get out. Go ahead and roll stealth for me. Janky, when you get out, you can tell there's 2 armed guards sitting at the front door. That's not part of your security detail.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use like the employee entrance and like go change into appropriate attire.
Sure.
And I'll lose. I take my deck off, so I would.
Right, you'd just be in your actual butlering gear.
Yeah.
You go ahead and hop in without even skipping a beat. Just hop in back into your day job work and continuing to serve. While this is going on, the rest of you arrived at the last match. And there is probably roughly about 15 people inside of here.
Is it normally this kind of hopping?
Oh, sorry. No.
No, you're.
My bad. Yeah, hey, wake up. We are here. There's a lot of people here.
No, I mean, there's maybe a few tables full, but this is kind of busy.
Hmm.
You know who you're looking for?
I do not. They just said come to the last match. I have questions or something along those lines. I would like to do a matrix perception to see if I could catch any sort of anything.
Sure, go ahead.
Two hits.
2 hits. There is a host of the last match. Even though you see 20 people here, you see no icons besides the last match's host. Something you do notice, there's a watermark on you.
There's a watermark on me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Okay. Gonna just like look at it and like, oh, where did you come from? Is there any way that I don't think I can trace that watermark at all.
Watermark. It's just a matrix signature. Can be erased with a erase matrix signature action by a resonant being, or otherwise it lasts as long as the icon does.
Huh.
I would believe you probably would not be able to, because as you know from having used it before, that's a sprite that puts that on there for you.
Yeah. Can I perceive again and see if there's any other sprites about? Because I have my one that I registered earlier.
Yep. And you do see that the watermark is like this digitized emoji with its tongue out, like. Bleh.
All right. Let's see. What was the actual rolls here, though, gang? All right, 3 hits.
3 hits. As you're looking around, you do not see any sort of sprites, but you do see now a living persona that was attempting to hide, but you were able to find him. Sitting in the middle of the last match by himself.
Okay. I would like to send him, or I'd like to send them, whoever they are, my, I guess at this point, traditional "you're it." Like, kind of airdrop it to him or whatever, you know what I mean?
You hear a voice in your head. Well, that was rude.
I'm now just like staring at them across the bar.
They're still not making eye contact at all. Their back is actually facing you.
All right, then to the group. All right, I found my guy. You can either hang out here or you can come with me. Don't think there's any reason for this to get any sort of physical or aggressive by any means. So,
You know, it's just me, right?
I thought, oh yeah, everybody else went to the other place. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I've
fine.
been so wrapped up in my own nonsense today. It's not been good. I'm sorry. How are you? Are you okay? Are you doing all right?
I've been better, but you know, it's my life.
I feel like since everything happened with your friend Boxcar, that things have been a little weird for you, and I do not want that for you.
They were a blood mage. They're bad. They ripped a hole. They summoned a blood deity. I don't really get close to people anymore.
Do you know for a fact that they were part of the problem that summons the blood deity, or do you just like how do you understand that? And you know what? This is a lot of questions for a very populated place that maybe we shouldn't be talking about that. So I feel like you do need to have a conversation at some point because you just smell sad.
You know, I just wallow in self-pity. I've been doing it for a couple years now, so it's nothing new. I'm going to go get a drink, though. You can talk to your friend.
You know what? Start a tab and I will pay it when we leave, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Just please don't fucking break me. Anyway, I'm going to go sit down at the table with this other person who's been in my head.
He looks over and smiles. As this young orc individual sort of looks over. I'm assuming you got my message then.
Has it been you that's been inside my head thinking my thoughts?
Yes.
Alright, that's pretty messed up, guy.
Well, you know, a link is a link.
That's fair. But you're just gonna, like, watermark me like that? Like,
Well, I had
come
to.
on, man.
I requested, that I reached out to you, but obviously it only works one way. I can't hear you, so I had to make sure. So I put a watermark so I could see it, and that way I know it was you, and not someone that from my past that might have tried to come up on me. Because if it was not you, I would be able to see there wasn't a watermark on it.
That's fair. I'm gonna look at it and scrub it.
Yep.
Also,
you
fair.
know, like you know that it's me. Hello.
Hi.
I believe an introduction is in order here.
Why?
You asked me to come here.
And you came here.
Yeah. So who the hell are you?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not being like, oh, you owe me anything. No, I just want to know who the hell you are and why you're in my head.
Name is C8.
C8.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fun. I'm C9. Hello.
I know.
Figured you should probably know that. But what can I be doing for you?
I interested in what you remember.
What's I remember?
Yeah. See, C7 and C4 don't really remember a whole lot before they were submerged. But I was just wondering what you remember prior.
Well, okay, now you have me not believing anything that was me at one point or another, and I feel like you are pulling a frag.
Nope, no fragmentation here.
'Cause, like,
These people
do I-
don't really like weapons in the place, so
No,
frag
I
grenades
figured.
probably would be bad.
All right. So I remember being out, well, like back where I grew up,
Mm-hmm.
but that was kind of shaky. Because,
Sure.
like memories as a kid, like you only remember bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah.
I do remember a lot of my time at university.
Which one?
That feels like a personal question. I don't know if I trust you with that yet, even though you had a watermark on me, so you probably have, like, hit me with the Google a couple of times.
No, I haven't.
Well, it wasn't anything crazy. I went to community college.
Fair.
But, like, had my party's time, and then I got into some less than legal kinds of working in the shadows,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm here, working with the new team.
And how are you liking this team?
It's a little kind of all over the place and kind of unprofessional at times, but same. So it's a good fit.
Indeed.
This whole time in this conversation, am I getting any sort of like malicious vibe or like?
Just extremely
anything?
curious. Almost awkwardly so.
Okay. Is there something that I should be remembering?
No, I mean, your memory's your own.
I don't like the way you said that.
Would you like it to be someone else's?
No, you're just saying like your memory is your own is kind of like implying to me that maybe it wasn't my own. Does that make any sort of sensing?
Ah, I see what you're saying. I drew the dots.
Like, oh yeah, your memory is your own, so maybe like perhaps at one point my memories was not mine.
Be interesting. Be interesting. If they weren't your own, just think of the capabilities if they weren't.
I'm so beyond uncomfortable.
Now that is good. Uncomfortable means you're aware.
Oh my god.
But I just had to see if I had to see you.
So I just saw their living persona, right? There's
Mhm.
C8.
Yep.
So if I were to see anything from them again, I'd be able to recognize them.
As long as they don't like actively like hardcore change their persona around.
Okay. So I'm just having a hard time with this. Is your name legitimately like C8 or are you Cat 8?
Cat 8, but when I go by C8.
Huh.
There's Cat 7, Cat 4, Cat 3. We've been able to find Cat 1 or 2. 5 is sort of a dick.
That makes sense. Just surprised they were able to fit that many cats inside of there.
Inside of where?
Just inside, I don't know, all of us in one place, potentially.
And who knows? Maybe you're not the last. Could be a Cat 10, Cat 11. What if it goes triple digits?
Cat 420. That'd be amazing.
I don't get it.
It's fine. Okay, so where do we go from here? Was this just like a reaching out and saying hello kind of thing? Or
Yeah,
do you have
that's all it
something
was.
specific- Oh. Gee, I was thinking that this was like some kind of great big, like, I don't know, sting operation?
Are there any wasps around?
No.
Seems
I was
like it'd
just
be.
confused.
I mean, that's fair. Someone talks to you in your head.
How was you doing that, by the way? How can I do that?
Have you ever spent time just looking, trying to find yourself in the Matrix, and you find out when you get to there, you can get new abilities, new things? Like an echo?
I have tried that. I've been unsuccessful this whole time.
There is one of those that lets me connect with another technomancer of my choice. And I chose you.
No, I'm just flattered.
There's not a whole lot of technomancers to choose from, so.
Now I am less flattered.
Good. Now, if you excuse me, I have a very big afternoon.
Are you doing a crime?
What are you, a cop?
No.
No,
if
legally
you're
you have to tell me if you're a cop.
Oh, 100%. I'm not a cop. I would not lie to you. I understand the rule on that one. It's pretty international.
International. Where are you from? Your accent, I can't place it.
It's a little kind of all over the place. I tell a lot of people I'm from Germany, but I'm kind of just from a little bit of every. I don't really actually know where I'm from. And you ask what I remember being from Germany, but I don't actually remember like where I grew up.
Well, he just sort of just like awkward, like cross motion. Lord fear be with you, and just leaves.
Well, fear be with you as well, friend. Oh, hey, by the way, between you and me,
Yeah.
if you see a dragon, ignore them.
I'm not new to the sixth world, but thank you.
No, I mean like it's a very real possibility in Seattle right now.
What dragon would possibly be here?
Several.
I don't believe there's multiple dragons here in Seattle. We would see them flying around. They have really big wings.
No, they're people.
No, they're dragons. You just said it.
No, Alright,
Isn't this a brain conversation? Why are you whispering?
It's not a brain conversation. That only goes one way. But no, but like, okay, so get fucked C8.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to.
It was
like
nice
real
to meet
helpful
you.
with you. But no, it was fantastic to meet you.
Oh, you just told me to do
Alright,
very
okay.
disgusting things with myself.
Be upset about it, I guess.
I shall be bent.
Yeah, poser.
I'm not that, though. I am all orc, and there's no orc posing.
No orc posing.
See?
And then if they were drinking anything, I will buy them another.
They were not.
Even though, okay.
But as they're leaving, they go, "You're it," inside your head.
Ah, fuck.
And then leave.
All right, I'll go find Zayn at the bar. and,
Zayn, at this point, you've seen obviously no workers running around. There's been a lot of drones that are bringing drinks a little bit of everywhere. You recognize a couple people that you've seen in passing here before. Hailstorm is there. You can see definitely recovering from some sort of bad beating that he took. Got his arm in a sling, but you could definitely see that he's sort of talking with a couple of different individuals. While there's a female orc sitting next to him, a couple of humans, and just the bar is just filled with all sorts of other new people that you've never seen before either. But you get probably second drink by the time Cat 9 walks up.
Hey, how'd it go?
It was interesting. They kind of planted a thing in my head. Was like, what do you remember? Is this really your memories? Are you okay? The name was C8. I double checked. Cat 8. Apparently there's cats 1 through 9, and I am number 9. We are unsure if there's more than that. No relation, by the way. We're all just kind of out here doing the thing. So that's first I've heard of it, but it was very chatty about what do I remember being a part of and seeing and all of that kind of thing.
So you are an AI. I was right all along.
Beep boop, bop, beep boop boop. 100%. That's me.
Gotcha. I mean, that's cool they reached out. How did they know to find you? Are they just working their way through the seas?
Well, they are cat 8, so they were looking for cat 9.
And now that they met you, are they looking for cat 10, cat 11?
Potentially. Yeah, who knows how many there are. It's a little, like, perturbing, but nothing too crazy.
Is it a technomancer thing? I don't.
No, so the way that they were getting in my head is a technomancer thing.
I assume that, or at least a Matrix thing. The technomancer thing, that makes sense. But I mean, like the cat thing, the cat 1, cat 2, cat 5.
That I have zero idea. Not even a little bit of any sort of anything about what that means. In my head, I came up with it because it was funny. I'm plugged into everything, like
Because like the cables.
like the cables, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty punny, yeah.
Yeah, but no, apparently, like, there's multiple servers, and that's weird, but okay. I'm going to have a drink, and I will order a drink.
Yeah, well, you're banned, so go ahead.
Yeah.
While you guys are having this conversation, Brunwyn looks over to you, Janky. Looks you up and down. You, what's your name?
Me?
Yes. Yes, you.
Yeah, that character. It was definitely not Janky.
Legally, you have to tell me.
Nigel Coltrane.
James.
James. And how long have you been in Mr. Coltrane's service?
Going on 15 years.
Is there a reason why you decided to abandon your post last minute?
Abandoned my post.
You were not here when we first arrived.
Had other business to attend to. Something not to your liking. Anything?
No, I'm just very, very curious. That's all.
Oh, as the head of staff, I make sure things are set up. Trust that my staff is executing. If something's not to your liking, please let me know.
Another bottle of this would be great. And she points to the now empty bottle of wine that was brought to the table.
Ah, yes. The same vintage. We have another.
Order if you have it.
Of course. I'll personally go to the wine cellar.
'Kay.
Under fire.
Reno, what did you get on your stealth check?
Increase agility
Of course.
for 3 hits.
Mhm.
Assisted drain. Rolled. Where did it go? So many other rolls. By that I mean 2 people have rolled since then. I got 4 hits, and I used edge to bump 4 to a 5.
Okay.
4 in stealth.
All right.
I activated my camouflage package on my armor.
Mhm.
And
And what does that do?
I'll change my face. It gives me a +1 to stealth.
As you're sort of looking around, go ahead and roll a perception for me as well, please. I'm assuming you're gonna, increase it, intuition, and then of course.
Oh, do you know if there's a way to do quick commands on the Roll20 sheet? I just say like this button does 7d6.
Maybe, but I don't know off the top of my head. I could get you in touch with the person who created the sheet.
I need to speak to their manager.
Well,
Well,
I have that contact.
No, I think there is because there's a whole other page with like custom, or it says rolls, but I don't know if you can custom.
Your guess is as good as mine is.
Okay, so the increased intuition.
Mhm.
I got 2 successes. I resisted drain.
Okay.
Not a glitch. Close one. Rolling a perception. Visual perception.
Yep.
One hit. Let me do. Still got some edge left.
If you hit the dice button next to the little cog, that's your. I need to roll a random like 76, 86 button.
Okay. Might just be as fast as typing.
Possible.
Probably.
Let's see. Well, I got 1 hit.
Yep.
I got a bonus edge for that, and I get a free edge boost for using ability
Sure.
boosted by attributes. So I'll boost a 4 to a 5, just 1 for 2 hits.
2 hits. You can see there are 2 guards posted outside, very, very well dressed. And through the window where the dining room is, you can see the Loifer and Bruin sort of talking. And then the conversation sort of stops where you can see Bruin talking straight to Janky, and then Janky disappears off to the side.
I'm going to use my laser microphone.
Okay.
So I can hear through that
Yeah.
window.
You can hear exactly sort of the conversations like, hey, where have you been? What's your name? Perfect. Go ahead and give me another bottle of these. And Janky goes and heads off.
Don't do it. Don't do it. At this point, I've got some popcorn.
Of course.
Pulled up a lawn chair, sitting across the street.
You do see...
Classic stakeout snack.
Right. You do see as well a couple of roto drones that are sort of flying overhead above the house.
Any corporation logos? Anything that stands out as Satyr
Both of
Or
the
other?
guards on the front have the dragon's head of the Seder Crep logo sort of pinned to their jacket.
Check. Confirmed that. All right. I'll just, take some pictures every now and then. If anything stands out.
Okay.
I'll send a picture to Janky. God,
Jinky, I know you don't have your deck on you, but do you have a comm link?
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm totally undercover.
You get a comm link or a text from Reno at the front of the build or front of the house. I said, "Don't worry, I'm undercover."
You watch me just like why? It's like
Don't know why that's terrifying. Feel like this is all gonna go sideways real soon.
It's
Probably.
a secure line, right?
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, I just got some new tech. I don't know how much it helps. This. Oh yeah, got. Right. My comm link is kind of jacked up right now.
Is your deck turned on?
No.
Okay. Reno, I
Just
need
a regular butler doing regular
Reno,
butler
I need you
things.
to roll firewall plus your willpower on your comm link.
I don't have any firewall.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your willpower.
I don't do willpower. What are you talking about?
All right, cool.
Would that be willpower time? No, it wouldn't be because
Mm-mm.
there's the firewall stat that's
Yep.
available, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it literally has 0
yeah.
stats.
I was trying to be helpful. I'm sorry.
It has a device rating of 1.
That's not helpful, but okay. Perfect. Love to see it.
Ah shit, that was close.
Is that a glitch? Can I pre-edge that?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Okay. Good to know. Right at this time, you see, before Janky returns, you see Brunwyn look at a phone. And, excuse me, I have to take this. And she steps outside the front door.
My popcorn bowl falls off my lap. Oh, something's happening.
Reno, your phone begins to ring.
Oh, shit. I thought I put that on silent.
I mean, you can ring it on vibrate if it's not. But either way, you're getting a phone call from an unknown number.
I'll just let it ring.
Okay,
I don't answer unknown phone numbers.
that's fair. It's a good thing that's safe to do in the 6th world.
Spam
Can never be
likely.
too safe.
Whenever the phone stops ringing, you see Brunwyn put her phone back in her pocket and head back inside.
Was she talking? I probably still have the microphone.
No, she wasn't talking. She was literally put the phone up to her head
Okay. Sure if they left a voicemail.
and didn't.
Weird coincidence.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Janky, right when you come back. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
How long has it been at this point?
Since you got there and started listening in, probably about 15 minutes. Has not been super long. Janky, you come back with the bottle. And you see Brunwyn slide a phone over to Loifier. And then he nods, looks to her, and slides it over to Nigel. Nigel looks concerned. Looks over to you. Make sure that double check of our security footage. Make sure that no one's lurking around where they shouldn't be.
Good. And I'll head over to your little.
Yeah.
Be like, Go. Somebody's on the ground. Just partner. Go find. Bring them.
Understood. Will do. Out one of the worker doors, Reno, you see another well-dressed individual, but not nearly as well as the two that are sitting out guarding. There's no sort of pins or anything signifying that they work for SK. They begin to take a look around and start scoping the grounds. Bruin sort of leans close to Loafer's ears and sort of begins to whisper. Well, I believe that our time is up for now. Please make sure to call within the next 24 hours whether or not you're interested in selling for the listed price. And before you start calling and asking for a number, that is the highest that we will go. You and your technology, you guys have worth, that's for sure, but we don't need it. Nigel sort of nods. Indeed, we will. I'll speak with my advisors and figure out what our move is for this. Loifer and Bruin sort of nod. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much for the food. Thank you so much for the drink. And Bruin looks over to you, Janky, and she sort of nods. Apologize for making you going and getting that bottle, but I appreciate it nonetheless, James.
While I was down there, I prepared a gift. And
She would go ahead and take the bottle and hold it. Well, thank you. Thank you. I look forward to hopefully another wonderful meeting here. And this time, have a fantastic day. And they all sort of begin to disperse out of the front of the house. Janky, not Janky, Reno, at this point, you see this security person beginning to head in your direction. They haven't seemed to spot you yet, but they're making their way in that direction.
I'll pack up my things and cheese.
Okay. As you get your stuff together and grab your bowl of popcorn and begin to run off, making sure not to spill any crumbs behind, leaving you any evidence that there was someone on watch. You go ahead and take off before the security individual reaches you. But you do see that at this point, everyone inside begins to sort of flood out and into the cars and beginning to leave as well as you sort of take off. The cars begin to disperse and head towards downtown. Janky inside. Nigel looks to you. We need to talk now.
Yes, sir. And just wherever we go, we go.
He will take you up to his personal office and go ahead and turn on a signal jammer inside. He sort of just presses a button on the underneath of his desk. Who was he?
Who?
And there was someone outside saying that they were watching. Looked like they received a photo and a text message of our front of our building.
Oh, our guest did?
Yes, and that's what they had to show to me. I believe you were downstairs getting that bottle of wine that was prepared, but is there anything that I need to know about with your meeting?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, my extracurriculars, your goal, urged, which we knew was a possibility. set on it.
This person that was doing some sort of overwatch, are they part of your crew?
Yeah.
Do they typically leave themselves open for some matrix attack if necessary?
Typically, I keep them from doing it. I don't think they're used to working at this high level alone.
Are you connected with that individual in any sort of way? Because if you are, and they did get access, as you know, that means they probably have some sort of information that binds the two of you together. And I don't know if that is fixable from your extracurriculars or not.
I mean, they would have nothing tied to me.
Okay.
Tied janky. But no location. I'm clear.
Understood. How's our business colliding?
I mean, your business is variety just like you want. As such, people are hiring runners to figure out what the hell is going on.
Well, if people are looking into it, that's good. That's what we want. This person that gave you this job, which one do they work for? Which corporation do they work for?
You know that I would.
I was hoping that maybe one of them were bold enough to let that information slip. But
I did my best to ask, but I'm not the most.
well, you can always hope. So are they trying to get some sort of data, or what are they looking for exactly at my company?
I think, like most people out there right now, they're concerned how quickly you've risen, why that is. They assume that you have something on someone, and really, we've been given carte blanche to give them whatever we want. More of a glorified private eye gig. Anything. In fact, the guy out front, main job is private eye. Really. People are just curious.
Well, do what you need to. But it will be
Let me ask you this. Does who hired me impact you in any way? Does a certain company have something to come after specific? Or does everybody just want the same thing?
I mean, most of the 10 have their own agenda, obviously. And what they might be looking for is different, or could be different. You know, Ares really likes our weapon creation, as well as a lot of the technology that's used in the space station. SK, they just want to buy out the whole company, so it's hard to tell what exactly they're looking for. Aztec hasn't really reached out. Spinrad Global hasn't reached out to us more than wanting time on the air. So, I mean, it's all a game. You got to figure out who's the pawn, who's the king, and who's the queen. And right now, I don't know which one your advisor is.
So if I figure out what they want, you could tie it to who they are?
It's possible, depending on what our analysts are able to tell at the company.
And would you have any play to give them something that wasn't necessarily the truth?
It's possible, but also knowing that your line of work, if I provide some data and it is what they want, that means that they're probably going to break in. Maybe not you, but maybe another runner agreement gets hired. And then they don't find it and they trash the whole place for nothing. At least doing your job, one, lets me know who they're working for. And two, lets me know what they're after. Maybe I can narrow down who exactly is trying to mess up a decent transaction and my chance to get some audience within the Big Ten again.
Frankly, I think that your rise quick, so I have a feeling that I'll just get every.
It's a possibility, but
I told you should have hired me to be security for your company rather than to be your runner. Now you're going to learn firsthand why that is.
I mean, to be fair, what better security is a runner, and I can use you to learn to better help our matrix defense or physical security.
Yeah.
If I have you trained and working out there long enough, I can have a better security for myself.
All this work has made you lose your sense of humor. I'm only kidding. But there's nothing else, sir. I have some.
No, that is it. And good luck. As you probably know, we just had a fragging Drake in our house.
Yeah, that's what happens. And so do runners, so. Does it feel good?
No, it's terrifying. It's miserable. And the fact that he's in Seattle concerns me, honestly.
Fair.
Anyway, go ahead and go. I have to call a meeting and figure out why this person wasn't found sooner. And our guests were able to find them before we were on our own turf.
And like, you'll see my demeanor change back to like very proper.
Anyway, and he goes and presses the button underneath his desk again. And you're able to... He goes ahead and listen. And he just makes it very bravado. Get your staff in line, or we're going to have bigger issues. Now get out.
Of course.
And he sort of smiles as you go ahead and leaves. Those of you at the last match, you are hanging out, finishing up your drinks, where the bar begins to slowly empty more and more as it gets later and later.
So over under, our runner mates get killed by the dragons. I'm gonna say 300 new yen. Gentleman's bet.
You have yourselves a deal. I will take that. I'm going to say that they are going to get out scot-free and nothing bad happens. Nobody even understands that they were ever there watching. I have wholeheartedly complete belief in the team.
Yeah, you're probably right. But if we never see them again, you owe me 300 new yen.
You got yourselves a deal.
Roughly about this point, you see Hailstorm sort of plop down next to you, Zayn.
Hey, bud. Feeling better?
Get in there. Get in there. You weren't exactly having like a super hush conversation.
No.
Did you say there were dragons around?
Yeah, there's always dragons around.
I
You haven't looked up recently?
enough.
Yeah, there's dragons in Seattle. Always have been.
There's like 4 of them right now.
4,
Give or take 2.
2. I only know the one.
Sea dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the
That's
other
sea
1 to
dragon
3?
again. Who's the hell is the sea dragon?
I don't know. She hasn't given us a name. She just flew over Seattle, disappeared in the ocean. Frag if I know.
Yeah, they're probably in this bar right now, if I had to guess.
I would see him get quiet as he looks around. You think they could mask themselves that well?
Oh, 100% they can.
Can't hide their astral, though, so...
Stand out like a freaking beacon.
Well, couldn't they actually hide their astral if they mask it? Like you have the masking in metamagic?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they could do that. I mean, I don't see why they can't initiate. They live forever, right?
I don't know if forever, but very, very annoyingly long time. But anyway, the other 3. You said there were 3 dragons in Seattle? 4 dragons?
Maybe 5. I don't know, we're just bullshitting you.
Probably like 10 at this point.
Oh, thought there was actually a threat we had to worry about.
No, so the threats that you need to be worrying about is actually the fact, and this is not a meme. There's legitimately some shit going down with SK.
In what capacity?
Big capacity.
Like world-ending capacity? Like
I wouldn't call it like world-ending capacity, but I would call it like, well, that's really shitty of you capacity.
so they like added a new tax or
It's,
put a
tax.
HQ inside of Seattle?
So, I know maybe about this much of everything that's currently going on, but I can tell you that maybe within the next little while I might know more.
That seems very, very vague, but I appreciate
The
it.
whole thing is super vague and quite obnoxious, honestly.
Yeah, it's a bunch of moving parts. Could be new HQ and around the place for SK. Who knows? But why are you worried about dragons so much?
Why aren't you? That's the better question.
Dragons haven't attacked Seattle recently, so why would they now? Even if they are, they own corporations. There's much more local problems that I concern myself with.
More power to you.
What happened to your arm?
Family.
Wouldn't know.
I'd hope you wouldn't know my family. It'd be awkward if you did.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. There were a whole bunch of you in the apartments.
Is this a race thing? Like a whole bunch of orcs?
No, a whole bunch of hailstorms, all slightly a little different. Was that your family?
I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out. I mean, they weren't physically my family, if that's what you're asking, but I was more of wondering if what did it was my family.
Your family, or I guess you didn't happen to have anything go missing within the past, or maybe about a month or so ago. Briefcase, important memorabilia, maybe inside.
No?
In your family, do they have connections?
Lots of connections.
They into blood magic?
Hale sort of smirks and looks the other way. The queen of it.
The queen. What about the god? His name Kamazat's mean anything to you?
It does.
Given the fact, or I don't want to put this, knowing that they are maybe back and have been summoned successfully once again, what would that mean?
To me or to my family?
The world.
An issue? A very
Something-
large one?
Something you'd like to see, quelched?
I think everyone should. Besides maybe some people in a pyramid.
Your family lived in that pyramid, so would they be happy about this guy, or
Very much so.
but not you?
Not me.
And they did this to your arm.
Hired people. People that far up can't do this. They have a reputation to uphold.
Give me your com code,
Okay.
please. I don't.
He goes ahead and slides over your comm code. Or his comm code to you.
I'll give mine back to him. I don't know what's going on. There's a lot of stuff up in the air right now. I don't know if Kamazas is a side piece to this whole shit show, dragon show, whatever you want to call this going on in Seattle right now. But we might need you.
Well, let me know. And this very fit looking orc walks over, extends her hand. Name's Workout.
Zayn,
Nice to meet you. Hale, you ready to go? Hailstorm nods. Let me know. I have quite a few friends I can call.
yeah, they're somewhere out and about.
Well, when you find out where, and a definite place of where, send me a text.
I don't plan on looking, but I've got a feeling I'll find out sooner or later.
I hope you don't. She's family's a bitch.
Are you saying like KZ is your mom or the? Okay, we'll text you about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're busy.
Yeah, a little bit. I will. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. He goes ahead and heads out.
That was weird. All right. Well, I haven't heard back from our friends yet, and it's been a few hours, so I'm guessing they're dead.
I'm going to guess that they're just debriefing about what happened. Maybe we should proceed to get very drunk and wait for them to call us.
You still paying, or I guess?
Yeah, why not? Shouldn't be too bad.
I'll start headed to the last match.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go get ready and bail now that Nigel knows.
Okay. Reno, you left off, and I'm assuming got a taxi and went towards the last match as well.
Yep.
Okay. About 45 minutes.
Close call.
Right.
They almost caught me.
About 45 minutes away from where you guys are at and heading towards Renton. You guys arrive outside of the latch match, and the last match, excuse me, and you guys see a probably about 6 or 7 people left in the bar. That does not include Zayn and Cat9, who are sitting at the bar and sort of just throwing drinks back and having small talk.
Is Reno there when I get there?
Reno would be pulling up as right before you're about to walk in.
Yeah, the moment I see his comm link, that shit gets cycled.
But weirdly
Yeah.
enough, Reno, your comm link just turns off and turns back on again.
Weird. A little bit, slap it a few times.
But you guys are able to walk inside of the last match. You guys
On the way in, he's like smacking it, and I point at it. I'm like, that turns off if I'm not around. That's you almost got screwed over.
I got screwed over.
Yeah, no, the
Those
dragon
suckers
had
are
a
lucky
decker
they
somewhere.
didn't show their faces.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I wasn't worried at all. Anyway, let's go get a drink. This has been a weird day.
you guys go ahead and plop down.
How do you feel about carrier pigeon?
Yeah, very effective. Can't be hacked.
I'll look into it.
You guys plop down at the bar next to Zayn and Cat9.
Cat9, you see a little like transfer icon pop up in AR of just 300 new yen.
Just like a big ass smile, just like
Have y'all ever used carrier pigeons? We were just thinking about it.
oh, actually, carrier pigeon is the name of my new sprite that I registered.
Oh,
First name,
Carrier
last
pigeon,
name.
say hello. The sprite kind of pops up on everybody's comm link, just like, hey, and then disappears.
Oh,
Squaw!
You guys believe birds are real?
They're not. I make them. They're my sprites.
It
Mm.
all makes
Birds
sense
work
now.
for me now. You thought my
Well,
name was Cat9. My name is Birdman.
I tailed Janky, just in case he needed any backup. But I don't know, it was mostly a dud. Nothing stood out. Bruin was there. Made a weird phone call.
Yeah, that was from Brooklyn.
I got some pictures though, if we need. If that's an evidence for anything useful.
I feel like maybe the fact that Brunwyn was there was the big deal. No?
Yeah, that whole meeting was a pretty big deal. I found out that they want to buy the.
So,
Or-
they want to...
Yeah, they want to buy my boss's company. So
Crisis, they want to buy your dad's company.
Well, that's
not
why.
my dad, but
I mean, he is. all
Wait,
right?
That's
Guys,
why
watch
we
it.
were hired to find
no,
that
he
out.
just rescued me from a prison under his house. It's a long story.
Wow. Okay, hold
involving
on just a second
multiple
now.
Yakuza
Levels.
casino-
Okay, I'm gonna look at Zane and go, am I the only one that thinks that today is just spiraling out of control?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, so
It's in control right now.
So, not to take away from the fact that we just found out that Yankee lived in a basement for a good chunk of his life. I met somebody who had my name but one number less, and
Definitely
they wanted to
explains-
know, what the hell was going on. Also, what does that mean? Does that explain a lot about me, a lot about Yankee?
Oh, Yankee.
His name has J in it. You're just being.
That
an ass.
must be. I'm sorry, the language barriers. Sometimes I get confused.
I just mirror on and
I've got the basic knowledge of German now, so sometimes I'm starting to get confused with the J's. But Janky, you're always looking a little nervous when we go underground in places. Is that like enclosure? Is that something that's Were you enclosed in this person's basement?
Yeah.
That why you
Exactly.
don't like deep freezers?
Yeah. Nah, see, you're starting to get it. So let me go back. I was hired to by a racist group. Hang on, let me go forward. I lived in a basement. Let me back up. I learned how to hack because the Yakuza tried to kill me. Are you following?
From my comlink, I'm gonna start playing like the Terminator soundtrack. Ting, 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 ting.
Hold on, we need Tiny's truck at this point, or at least some type of whiteboard. I need to draw a timeline out.
Carrier pigeon, take a note.
Yeah.
I got you.
It's been a real whirlwind. But most recently, I've been hired to be this guy's butler after he saved me from the basement.
Is that like slavery?
Kinda. So basically,
They pay you?
they walled a bunch of us prisoners off in the basement and then sold the house. So I wasn't imprisoned by this dude. It was somebody else. Yeah,
Right.
they didn't like me, but I was set up. It's a really long story. Anyway, now what we're into is my employer owns a company who has shot up the ranks as far as the corporate structure is concerned. They have a mass expansion plan, and now bigger corporations, AAA corporations, are interested in purchasing the company. So I would imagine that we're not the only runners looking for information, and we don't really know what they want to do with the information. Boss also didn't know what they wanted to do with the information. So, yeah, that's kind of where we are. But he told us to kind of go for it and do our run.
So we know nothing more than what Pike told.
Right. Yeah.
Except that we can't get any more information out of your boss.
Well, I could have asked him, but you told me not.
I feel like maybe we just got in trouble, like not like actual like legal trouble, but I think we got reprimanded by Yankee's dad.
I told you to ask him. I told you just don't say anything about it being a job. Just be a curious little slave person. Or butler, whatever you
Oh.
prefer.
Feels insensitive and kind
I
of fucked.
I heard don't say anything. That's my bad. But it really shouldn't be too bad. I can break any.
Yeah, I'm stuck on what you said back in the parking lot about you impersonating his son, or you're not his son, but you for espionage reasons are his son.
Kind of. So his son was a runner.
Then died.
And he was a fucking moron. I was tasked with protecting him, and it was hard. It was very hard. Kid was an idiot. He got caught smoking on a balcony of our safe house, even though nobody was supposed to be there. We were in an abandoned house, and this guy's just out on the porch smoking.
I mean, if it's abandoned, who's gonna find you, right? Seems like something that would
Somebody
any one
driving
of us would
by.
have done.
They drove by and they were like, that's supposed to be abandoned. That's somebody smoking. And he wasn't even like he was wearing his suit. he looked like the rich brat that he was. And then he got shot.
Sorry, that was fucked up to laugh at that, but like, it's a little
I
funny.
mean,
No, I think it was Janky's setup, really. Okay,
Kid,
all right.
Kid wasn't very bright, but he wanted to be a runner. He tried, and but we couldn't have the name Janky going back to Nigel, so I took up the have been.
Gotcha. Okay, that clears things up.
I've been doing the jank.
So, but as far
It
as
was
the
the janky
mission
leg?
goes,
Yeah,
Janky
as far as the
leg.
mission goes, yeah, it sounds like we're expanding outside of UCAS eventually. Seder Krupp is interested in to 75% of the entire Earth.
But we still need to pretty much break into the HQ, finds out what makes locked and loaded so marketable or so precious to these companies?
Yeah.
We don't know
Can
the
we
secret
just-
sauce.
Can we talk to your not dad about maybe just buying crime?
Yeah,
Prime, the
he
corporation.
can buy it.
Yeah,
Probably.
that'd be fun. Why not? Then we know the guy who owns crime, and maybe we get cool stuff out of it.
How about
Yeah.
we ask your not dad for the information that you should have asked him?
I asked him for it. I said, "Can I have that information?" And he said, "Mm-mm."
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Could you just
Did you roll an influence check on that?
Uh-uh. And I would hope that my intentions weren't judged right now.
I mean,
No,
what if
I'm going to judge those intentions.
I
Sure
heard
would suck.
most of the conversation through the window, and then you went off to go pour a drink. Yeah, unfortunately, that's when Brunwyn stepped out, called
Yeah.
someone, and then a couple guys came after me, and I took off.
So I got 4
Yeah, I
hits
sent
on
the
my
slow
judge
guys
intentions.
after you.
You did that?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because you were made.
I wasn't made. How would they make me?
Call the number. Call the number that called you. A dragon will answer.
We have a dragon's number.
Yeah,
hold on.
I know it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So you say that like it's a threat, but the way you said it made it sound just a little bit hot. Like you was like, okay, call the number, and a dragon will answer. Like you were kind of like horny for us to call the number.
Hey, what is dragon ladies?
Why do Germans always got to make things?
Why is it got
About-
to go there? I'm just
about
saying.
dragons,
The
yeah.
way
What about
you said it,
dragons?
About dragons, yeah. it's 2080, not I don't know,
2020.
1480.
Oh,
Dragons,
Nice.
medieval stuff.
I mean, I could always ask him. I can call him and ask him. I figured we want more information first. Yeah, we can ask him again. I could sit you down with him if you want, Reno. You can get all the information you want.
can't you just like take his credentials and maybe even can turn into his face and log in to
What if
his
we
emails
murder
and
him?
see what they're doing,
Replace
or
him.
murder them?
I've seen this.
None-
I've
none
seen
of
this
these
episode before.
I'm just
None of these ideas actually get us anything.
So okay, we have
I'd be the
somebody who
CEO.
knows how to do magic. What if we turn him invisible, kill him, and then throw him really hard into the ocean?
That can't be done.
Yeah, he's not my dad. That's what
some
you do
said
to your
it's
dad.
a myth, but some say it can.
JJ, I miss you in this episode.
Yeah, I've been
Who's
waiting
that
for you
voice?
guys to find a dark and creepy alley for like 3 hours now.
I'm trying to be like,
Hey, I gotta
move
take
things
a
along.
pee. I'm gonna go out in this dark, creepy alley real quick.
There we go.
Weirdly, you find nothing there.
Hey-o.
Spell my name on the wall.
Get fucked, JJ.
Jesus. um. As
Yes.
you guys are communicating,
Learning.
I need to roll.
What kind of phone would you suggest? I just got this meddling because it was like on sale for like a buy one get one. I didn't
Have you
need
looked
two.
at the-
I just got one, but
Have you looked at the Emperor?
of what?
The Sauni Emperor.
Oh,
Downey?
is that a brand?
Howdy.
Sauni?
Howdy, partner.
Like Arabia?
We're not making any sort of yeehaw jokes at the moment. I'm trying to be legitimate. You know, those people that made the PlayStation, Sony.
Isn't it interesting how none of the Big 10 corporations make any phones?
They don't
They
make
could
any
be all
guns.
over that.
Ares makes guns.
Phones
Oh, I misheard you. I thought you said that
Yeah.
none of the Big 10 make guns.
or vehicles.
There's a
Yeah,
Renraku phone.
Is there? How much does
Yes.
that one cost?
Money.
Money.
much does
Also,
that one
bold of
cost?
you to assume that like Sony isn't just bought by Renraku, and it's just a subsidiary.
Bored.
Yeah, it's definitely Ares. Um,
The Renraku Sensei is, or Sensei, whatever,
Mhm.
is 11.
The catalogs I get had Meta Links on sales.
it's true. The fact you get catalogs is still impressive. Um, as you guys are talking and sort of getting ready for figuring out what your next plan is, Cat 9, you get another whisper in the back of your head. Oh no.
Say, oh no or uno?
Oh no.
Oh, I was like, I wasn't aware that we were playing a card game. Okay.
I know Spanish.
It's the only Spanish I am capable of understanding. Was that C8 in my head again?
Yeah, it was.
Oh no. Shit, and I didn't get a comm code for C8
Nope.
before he left. Hey, Yaki, can you help me with this thing real quick?
Yeah, what do you need?
I'm going to be beating my head into the matrix looking for any sort of way to try to get a hold of this guy that I was talking to earlier. And I was hoping that maybe you could help me beat my head into the matrix a little bit faster.
Sure.
Okay, so his name is C8 or Cat8, and he just messaged me in my brain head thing that said, hey, oh no. And that's all that it said. And I'm not sure as to why he would be saying that. So maybe we try really hard to find like a com code or a something.
Sure. Let me perceive.
I will also be perceiving.
Okay.
Or is that a matrix search?
It is to be a matrix perception because you have to find his persona.
That's what it is.
You'll probably be the one. I'll assist or whatever it is.
Okay. So if you wanted to assist, that would be pretty joyous. I'm gonna re-roll my misses on that also.
Okay. And you also get 3 extra dice from Janky assisting you.
Oh,
I'm gonna bump it up.
re-rolling my misses gets me 0.
Solid.
You get 5,
So go ahead and
not
add
3 for me.
extra 5. What is your... Because what is that dice pool? Is that
What is
computer
my
science
dice pool?
No, what's that, like, the dice pool for that skill? Was that
That'd be
Intuition plus.
electronics? What's your electronics ranks?
my electronics, right?
Yeah, because that's the total amount of hits you can, or like assists you can get.
It's 5.
Okay, so that is the max you can get with the 5. But unfortunately, you rolled
0 for both my
0.
reroll misses and the assistance. So 3 hits is what I'm, or 4 hits is what I'm at.
4 hits. You are unable to find C8.
Okay, so I think that the guy who shares most of my name might be dead. I can't find this guy. That sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a sprite could track him down.
That's actually a really good idea. It's a machinery spirit because I don't want to have to compile like a courier or anything.
Yes.
But they can all do the same things. They're just better. That they're better suited for different things. To my understanding, is that correct?
As long as they have the same skill. Because, like a data sprite has
Oh, true.
electronics and cracking, but a machine sprite has electronics and engineering. So a machine sprite would be able to do a matrix perception because it can do electronics.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask. Hey, carrier pigeon, can you help me out with this, please? We are looking for C8. We met him earlier. You recognize the you recognize the persona.
Squaw!
Well, thank you very much, carrier pigeon. I appreciate you.
Go ahead and roll intuition, which is equal to the carrier sprite's level.
So it'd be says like INIT. I'm assuming is intuition, right?
INIT is initiative.
Oh,
In
it's
it?
initiative.
Yep. So all
So
their
they're
all their stats equal their like a lot of times equal their level.
Okay. So it'd be intuition plus electronics,
Yep.
right?
And it's the sprite's electronic skill.
Yeah. So since it has the skill, does that count as the specialization or no?
So it would be 5, and then let's see, or based on their type and rating. So
Because-
which is going to be equal to their level again. So it's going to be level times 2.
Level times 2?
Yep.
Well, he's rolling like no dice for that. That's what I get for using a machine spirit.
Right.
Alright, 2 hits.
2 hits. It continues to search around, but unable to find back. It comes back and just. Oh.
No, that's okay, carrier pigeon. Thank you very much. I was not able to find it either, so I was just making sure I was not being stupid.
Go ahead and mark off 1 task from your carrier sprite.
Rip that's one of the tasks that I had to use. Got 2 tasks left on my guy.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
And with that being said, you guys are hanging out in the last match. And that's where we'll go ahead and wrap up tonight's session.
R.I.P. JJ somewhere.
Y'all never made it to a dark alley, not once.
I peed in one. Nothing was there.
Also, Cat 8, that's just Kate.
It's
C8,
Kate.
it's just Kate.
Who's Kate?
Kate.
Exactly.
Kate.
That's all I could think of. Anytime someone said
Is
Kate
that-
or C Nate.
Yeah, does that make Ian Nate?
No, because they're Cat 9. So it'd be Kine.
K9. K9?
Kine's fine too.
K9.
K9!
But it's
For
C9.
But
conflating
it's
C's and
C9.
K's.
It's weird.
You can't prove that, Day9.
I thought it was a reference to like the Ethernet cable.
That is
It is what it
100%
is.
what my name is.
I don't think we're up to cat, or are we? Are we at Cat 9?
No,
IRL?
Cat,
It's
Cat 6 is the standard right now.
Yeah.
I think they have
we're
7
up
and
to
8.
Cup 7 for sure.
I think
Yeah,
Cat
but
6
we're-
is usually the
Yeah,
standard
yeah.
right now.
6 is like what most people are using, but we're up to 7. Thank
But
you.
by 2081,
Yeah, we
you know,
should be at Cat 9 by then.
It's just the thickness of the cable.
Exactly. So much more power
Okay.
going through it because of how thick it is.
Insulation.
That's the size of a Cat9 cable.
A thick shouty.
Jesus. On that note, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. Matt, if you want to hit with the creator rundown.
yeah, let's go with the grandkid roundup. We have the not son of the Nigel person himself, Stonefeld Analyzes, aka Janky, aka Travis. You can catch them streaming Apex Legends, League of Legends, doing some cool now analytical breakdowns of picks and bans I've seen before. Pretty cool stuff. We also have J Robin 7X, formerly known as Tiny. So if you want to see some Rainbow Six Siege or maybe some Apex as well, Overwatch 2, who knows? A lot of first-person shooter games. Give them a follow. And then last but not least, we have Ian Flux. They were live earlier today. So definitely go check them out. If Tarkov's your stuff, or TFT. Who knows what you're going to get over there? It's a variety, a cornucopia of games, if you will. We also have a Twitter. We run the night RP. That is twitter.com, or I think it's at We Run the Night RP. Sorry, I don't tweet. But that is one of our many social media.
Thank you. And speaking of other social media, JJ, hit him with that sweet, sweet Yip Tub.
The YubTubs got videos coming out every Monday and Wednesday. Monday is the Vampires of the Masquerades. And then you have this show that comes out on Wednesdays. That way I have a whole 7 days to edit it.
I like it. It's consistency.
There you go. I basically, nothing much changes. I just kind of crop out if we have breaks, crop that out. Clean up audio a little bit, cut out a little bit of the dead zones a little bit. It's just a little more clean. That way it doesn't feel like a Twitch stream. It feels like a YouTube video. So I shoot for. Sometimes I leave in the announcements depending on, what is said, but I try to make it clean. Quick, concise, is purely just content.
Love it.
Check it out.
Show you.
I command.
Cast the command
Please.
spell.
Magic missile.
And that is going to be over at youtube.com/@Jabers. So make sure to check that out as well. And last but not least, Ian, we have some news.
Okay, we do have some news, and I know for a hot minute there I was like, guys, podcast, guys, it's not happening, guys, I'm so sorry, oh my god, guys. But, okay, guys, it's podcast time. Podcast does exist, it's being uploaded. We have the first 7 episodes of this season are live currently anywhere, everywhere that you want to catch your podcast listenings. So go check them out, right? I know that you can find them through We Run the Night or just J-Brews, either one. So I'm going to be working over the next couple days. Give me about a week, probably, because I'm doing a handful a day. And we should have pretty much all of this season up and ready to go. So, with that said, go listen to it, because a lot of effort from more people than it should have taken has gone into this. So we'd super, super appreciate it. And the more you listen, the better it gets. Because, yeah. But also, leave a review, a comment, a recommendation, whatever you want to call it, on said podcast. So maybe some other runners can find a cool little hangout spot to take a load off and get caught up on what's going on out there in the 6th. All right?
Indeed. Thank you so much. And again, guys, make sure to check out that podcast. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for season 4, and we finally have it in the process. Episode 1, as a disclaimer, is going to be the recap that Ian completed for us, because I want to save your earballs, and it hurts listening to the YouTube video, so I can only imagine what it would sound like putting in podcast form for our Gen Con premiere.
We need to figure out for next time, if there's a next time.
I agree, we do. I think I have a thing set up
Need some
for it.
lapel mics or something.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
might help.
Lapel mics would be choice.
Well,
but
we
we
just
can
need
talk
to
about that.
plug ourselves directly into the Matrix and do it that way.
Some vocal mics.
Exactly.
Do we get those?
Yeah.
Yo,
should-
so
I
it's
think-
all just.
I think it's in the budget. This should be fun.
But even with subvocal mics, JJ and I aren't allowed to sit next to each
No,
other
absolutely not. for
in-person anything.
Absolutely not.
I will find my way next to Ian. I don't give a shit.
That being said, guys, we will be announcing stuff towards the end of this month in regards to some cool things that are coming up. So make sure to check out that. India by Night, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, will not be on Tuesday, but we are in the process of rescheduling it for either Monday or Wednesday for next week. So we will have still an opportunity for us to share that next level of our Chronicle with you guys. While still being able to spend Valentine's Day with our family. So we're going to be really cool. Next week, the 16th, we will be having We Run the Night. So make sure you guys are here for it. But otherwise, guys, we're going to go ahead and hit that away screen and find someone to host. So thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate every single one of you coming in and just hanging out and having a good time. Next week, we'll also be doing a giveaway. So make sure you guys are here for that giveaway. Winner gets a SR6 book of their choice. So make sure you guys are around. Otherwise, guys, I will see y'all later. Bye.